Hello, welcome to Higher Ground Gaming. This is Eric. Going to do another game from the 50th anniversary, which is the year I was born, of the 1967 impossible dream year for the Boston Red Sox. I'm going to have a matchup today, good one on paper, between the Minnesota Twins and the Kansas City Athletics. The Kansas City Athletics would finish in the basement at 62-99, currently 8-15 on the season in the replay. And the Minnesota Twins would fall just one game out of first place, tied with the Detroit Tigers, one game behind the AL champion pennant winners Boston Red Sox. Definitely, I think the closest race in history, I believe, before the, four wild card teams and all that stuff. Definitely when it was just American League and National League, when it was just pennant. Whoever won the division won the league, won the pennant. Until 1969, when they started the divisions and everything. So anyway, the Minnesota Twins come into the so far into the season 11-11, and they were actually 12-10 going into this actual game, so very close. Kansas City, on the other hand, is 8-15 so far in the replay, and they were 10-13 in the actual season, so a couple of games difference, but not too far off overall. So it's going to be a game from Kansas City. Dean Chance, as you can see here, will be going on the mound for the Minnesota Twins against Jim Catfish Hunter for the Kansas City A's. I don't think he wasn't known as Catfish Hunter yet. I don't think he got that nickname until he might have had it then. It was Charlie Finley for the for Oakland gave him that nickname, but I'm not sure if he had it back in '67. I'm not sure exactly when he got it. But in this game, he's just known as Jim Hunter. So that's the pitching matchup. So the Dean Chance takes the mound, and it'll be a lineup as follows. My co-host, Mr. Brody, has got the game off this afternoon. He's taking the afternoon off after doing a digital diamond baseball video. So batting first for the Kansas City A's will be Bert Campaneris, the shortstop. Batting second, getting a start today for the injured Rick Monday. We moved Gosker over to center field, and Jackson is going to play in right field because Reggie Jackson is not a very good defensive center fielder. He's a better right fielder than a center fielder. So we put him in right instead of center. So anyway, Reggie Jackson will bat second and play right field. Batting third will be Ray Webster, the first baseman. Batting cleanup, Danny Cater, the left fielder. And Jim Gosker, moving from right to center field, while Rick Monday is out, will bat fifth and play center. Batting sixth will be the second baseman, Dick Green. Batting seventh, the third baseman, Sal Bando. Behind the plate, batting eighth will be Phil Roof. And on the mound, batting ninth will be Jim Catfish Hunter. So Dean Chance comes into the game with a 4-2 record, 4.05 ERA, 42 hits allowed in 40 innings, 38 Ks and 9 walks. With a record of 4-2, he would be 20-14 with an ERA of 2.73 in the actual season. And I will just bring that over to show you. I'm just going to do the pitchers this way. I'm not going to do each individual batter. So those are his actual stats, and those are his replay stats. So for the Kansas City A's, Brett Campaneris leads it off, hitting .219 in the replay with a homer and 6 runs batted in. He'd hit 248 with 3 homers and 32 runs batted in the actual season. So Chance peers in for the sign from Zimmerman. Gets what he likes. Here's the windup and the pitch. It'll be a 1-3, which is a possible walk, but nope. So it's going to be off the batter's card, which is going to be a fly out to left. And that's how we'll start. So next up, Reggie Jackson. He did not have a good year in 1967. He only played in 35 games with an average of 178, a homer, and 6 runs batted in. So far in the replay, he's hitting 222 with an RBI. So here's the pitch. And it's going to be a single off of Chance's card. So 1-out single. I'm going to bring up Ray Webster, the first baseman today. He's hitting 375 with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in. 256 hitter in the actual season with 11 homers and 51 RBIs. And he will strike out for the second out. Danny Cater up now. Hitting 255 with 16 runs batted in. 270 hitter on the actual season. And it's going to be a range play. And it's going to be a single. Which if it was successful, it wouldn't have been the single, but because it's a failed range play by the left fielder, it is a single. And Jackson will advance per the throw chart here. And his 4 is greater than the 3 here, so he'll advance too. So a single. And Cater advances to second on the throw. So runners on second and third with 2 down for Jim Gosker. Gosker comes into the game hitting 213 with 2 runs batted in. 242 hitter on the actual season with 5 home runs. And he'll fly out to center, and that'll do it for the Kansas City in the top of the first. So we head to the bottom of the first. So Jim Catfish Hunter takes the mound. Looks nothing like he did when he was on the Yankees. Or even later when he was on the Oakland A's with the beard and everything. Clean shaven here. So he comes into this game with a 1-3 record, 2.92 ERA. 37 innings pitched, 30 hits allowed, 14 walks, and 28 strikeouts. So he didn't get much run support. You can see by his 13-17 record, despite having an ERA of under 3, 2.81, 259 and 2/3 innings pitched, only 209 hits allowed, 78 walks, and 196 strikeouts. So he'll face a lineup as follows. Tony Oliva will get the start today and play right field. Rod Carew, the second baseman, bats second. Zolio Versailles will bat third and play short. Cleanup hitter, dangerous Harmon Killebrew, the first baseman. He actually played a game, it was almost a week ago, I think it was. Harmon Killebrew was 3 for 3 with 3 homers and 5 runs batted in, provided all the Twins offense. Can't remember who they played, but they won by a score. I think it was like 5-0 or 5-1. I think it was 5-0 actually. And Killebrew hit 3 home runs with a total of 5 RBIs. So he had hit only 6 home runs coming into the season, and he hit half that many in that one day. So that was pretty cool. I think it's the first time I've had maybe not the first time, but definitely the first time in a while, at least in the 1967 season, that I've had a batter hit 3 home runs. So anyway, batting fifth will be the left fielder Rich Reese. A third baseman, Ron Clark, will bat 6th. Ted Uhlaender is a center fielder, batting 7th. Jerry Zimmerman behind the plate, batting 8th. And on the mound, batting 9th. You already saw him, Dean Champs. So Tony Olivo will lead it off, hitting .217 in the replay with 3 homers and 5 runs batted in. A .289 hitter with 17 homers and 83 runs batted in the actual season. So Hunter looks in for the sign from Roof. Here's the windup and the pitch. Possible strikeout. No, it's not going to be. It's going to be a ground ball to second. Green will throw it over to Webster, and that'll be the first out of the bottom of the first. So Rod Carew up now, .243 hitter on the season with 7 runs batted in, hitting below his .292 average in the regular season with 8 homers and 51 runs batted in. So Hunter looks in for the sign. Gets what he wants. Here's the windup in the pitch to Carew. And he'll fly out to Cater for the second out of the inning. Next up, Zolio Versailles, struggling on the season so far, hitting just .148 with 3 runs batted in 81 at-bats. Would only hit .200 with 6 homers and 50 runs batted in for the actual season. So here's the pitch by Hunter. And he does not draw the walk. Instead, he'll ground out to second, and that'll do it. So the Twins go in order in the first, and after 1 full, it's no score. Dick Green up now. Second baseman is hitting .241 with 3 homers and 11 runs batted in. Hit just .198 with 5 homers and 37 runs batted in the actual season in 122 games. So here's the pitch by Chance. And he avoids the strikeout. And lines out to Carew for the first out of the inning. Sal Bando up now. Hit just .192 on the actual season with 6 runs batted in. And is hitting .250 with 4 runs batted in the replay. And he'll strike out for the second out of the inning. Second strikeout for Chance. Phil Roof up now, the catcher. Hitting just .152 with 2 runs batted in the replay. A .205 hitter with 6 homers and 24 runs batted in the actual season. And he'll ground out to third to end the inning. So Kansas City goes in order in the second. And that'll bring up 4, 5, and 6 hitters for the Twins. Killebrew, Reese, and Clark. Killebrew is hitting .253 with 9 homers and 17 runs batted in. As I mentioned before, he hit 3 home runs in 1 game about a week ago in season time. Hitting a .269 hitter, and would tie Kyle Yastrzemski for the league lead with 44 home runs and 113 runs batted in. So a big part of the Twins' offense. Hunter looks in for the sign from Roof. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he will avoid the strikeout. And he will fly out to center. So 1 down in the Twins' second. Brings up Rich Reese. Just 2 hits and 6 at-bats for a .333 average with an RBI. .248 hitter on the actual season with 4 homers and 20 runs batted in 95 games. He'll ground out for short for the second out of the inning. That'll bring up Ron Clark, hitting just 152 with 2 runs batted in. Would only hit 167 with 2 homers and 11 runs batted in 20 games. So he's already had 33 at-bats of the 60 at-bats he had in the actual season. And he'll strike out. And that'll do it for the Twins. So the Twins go in order also in the second, and we head to the top of the third with no score. So Hunter will come to the plate now. 3 hits and 15 at-bats for a 200 clip. Actually a pretty good hitter with 196 average with 2 homers and 6 runs batted in the actual season. So definitely a very capable hitting pitcher. See what he can do here. He'll strike out here. It's the first out of the third. Top of the order, Campaneris up now 0 for 1. Ground out to short for the second out. Reggie Jackson up now, singled his first time up. Averaging out to 263. And he'll strike out this time. Big strikeout there to end the inning. So head to the bottom of the third, still no score. It'll be Eulander, Zimmerman, and Chance up against Hunter. Wind up in the pitch by Hunter. And he avoids being hit by the pitch. And fights one off. Slow dribble to short. Campaneris up with it over to Webster. 1 down. Brings up Jerry Zimmerman. He is hitting 188 on the season with 3 runs batted in. Hitting 167 with a homer and 12 runs batted in 104 games. And a ground out to second. Green up with it over to Webster. 2 down. Up now is Dean Chance, hitless in 13 at-bats. Unlike Hunter, not a very capable hitter. He'll hit .033 in the actual season with no homers and no runs batted in. So it's close to automatic of an out as you can get, pretty much. Figure it's the home run spot. But nothing doing there. And kind of tells you what kind of hitter he is when he has a K on his own card. Not many batters have that, but he has one. So that'll do it for Minnesota in the bottom of the third. So we played 3 full with the score 0-0. Webster leads it off for the A's here in the top of the fourth. Struck out his first time up. So we definitely have a pitcher's duel going on so far in the game. Between Chance and Hunter. Danny Cater up now. Singled his first time up. And it's going to be a range play at Metropolitan Stadium. And Clark, who only has a 1 range, is going to fail that. Actually, anybody would have failed that with a 6. You can only get a 1 through 5, so would have been a tough play even for the best fielder there. But Clark is unable to get to it. Goes into left field. And Cater will be on with a 1-out single. Jim Gosker up now. 0 for 1 today. Cater gets the lead. And it's going to be a wild pitch by Chance. So Cater moves up to the second on the wild pitch. So run in scoring position now for Gosker. And possible error here. And it's going to be a single. And he'll move up to second on the error. So I believe that should be a RBI for Gosker there. Just double checking it out here. Yes, Gosker gets credit with an RBI because he would have scored on the single anyway. So Cater would have scored anyway. So Cater scores the first run of the game. It's 1-0 Athletics. So to bring up Dick Green, who's 0 for 1 on the day. It's going to be a range play. And Carew fails the range check, as again, 6 would have, any fielder would have failed that one. And Gosker's going to come around the score. Credit Green with an RBI single there, and it's 2-0 now, Athletics. Dick Green's going to be off with pitch, trying to get in a scoring position. And he will make it. Just barely, but he'll make it. So he steals the base off of Chance and Zimmerman. So it'll be an RBI opportunity for Sal Bando, who struck out his first time up. It's going to be a range play. So it's going to be a range play on the shortstop Versailles, who's a 3. And another failed range check. Get some tough rolls the Twins are getting. So it's going to be a single, and Green will come around the score. So an RBI for Bando. RBI single. So 3-0 now. Brings up catcher Phil Roof 0 for 1. And he'll strike out. So chance of 6K on the day. Brings up Jim Catfish Hunter. Struck out his first time up. I almost thought I had a home run possible roll there. That'd be a ground out to third, and that'll do it. So I think we got some unearned runs coming up here. Let's see. So Wild pitch to second, infield. Infield single the pitcher. So error by Dean Chance. So that would have been a hit anyway, and so that error is not going to really affect anything because he would have scored anyway. So, and he would have got on base anyway. So all the runs are going to be earned. So we go to the bottom of the fourth with the Athletics over the Twins, 3-0. Hunter back up on the mound now with a lead. So to bring up Tony Oliva, 0 for 1 on the day, top of the Twins order. See what they can do the second time through the against Hunter. And it'll be a fly out to left field for the first out. Gonna bring up Rod Carew, 0 for 1. And he avoids the strikeout, but he'll fly out to center. So quickly two down in the Twin fourth. Versailles up now, 0 for 1. And this time he'll strike out. And the Twins go in order in the bottom of the fourth. So we head to the top of the fifth with the Kansas City leading Minnesota 3-0. So top of the order, Campaneris will lead it off for the Twins. For the A's. He's 0 for 2 on the day. Fly out to center for the first out. Reggie Jackson 1 for 2 with a strikeout and a single. Ground out to third for the second out of the inning. Next up is Ray Webster. He's had a tough time today. Struck out both times he's been up. Can't seem to figure out Chance. It'll be a range play. And no, again, another 6 on the range roll, and nobody will be able to get to that one as Eulander has to take that one on a hop. And it'll be a 2-out single for Kansas City. So Cater now up now, 2 for 2 of the run scored. Ooh. And we got a pickoff here, so pickoff error. It's going to be a pickoff error on the play. So we'll avoid that roll there. So pickoff error. And throws it away, and Webster moves up to second. So 3-1. Oh, a possible home run for Cater. Only a 15% chance. Let's see what he can do. Does not get the home run. And it's going to be a ground out to first. And that'll do it. So that Kansas City just cannot add to their lead. And the score remains 3-0. So Hunter back up on the mound. He'll face Killebrew, Reese, and Clark. Killebrew for 1 in the day. And he'll draw a walk. So the first base runner for Minnesota today is a leadoff walk in the 5th to Killebrew. Next up, Rich Reese, 0 for 1. And he is going to hit a 2-run homer for the first hit. I wasn't going to say anything, but the first hit is a big one. So Reese hits his first home run of the season. Only hit 4 in the actual season. And it's a 3-2 lead by Kansas City. So trims the lead to 1. So that was a hanger by Hunter, who had been pretty much perfect up until the 5th inning. So Ron Clark up now. He struck out his first time up. Still nobody out. And he'll ground out to third for the first out. Ted Eulander up now. 0 for 1 in the day. And fly out to right for the second out. Jerry Zimmerman 0 for 1. And it gets past Green. He cannot make the play. Zimmerman has himself a 2-out single. Dean Chance up now. Struck out his first time up. Now at 3-2 games. So they're going to leave Chance in. And he will strike out. Missed that one by a mile. So we played 5 full with the Kansas City lead now trimmed to 1 on the 2-run homer by Rich Reese. So Jim Gosker will lead it off for the Kansas City, now just by 1. Looking to get back some of those runs. A possible error. And it's going to be an error on Versailles as he's unable to handle it. So Gosker reaches on the error. Dick Green up now. Looks like he's going to square around the bunt. And it's going to be a successful bunt. So Gosker will move up to second. So we're in scoring position now for Salband, who is 1 for 2 with an RBI. And it looks like he's going to ground out to third. And he can only advance on a roll of 6 to hit balls to third base. So Gosker will have to hold at second. And there's 2 down now. So it'll be up to Phil Roof, the catcher, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And he'll fly out to center to retire the side. So Kansas City is unable to add to their lead, and score remains 3-2. So we head to the bottom of the 6th. Twins looking to tie and possibly go ahead here. Hunter back on the mound. Top of the order, Oliva will lead it off. 0 for 2 on the day. And it'll be a foul ball. And he will strike out. So 1 down in the Minnesota 6th. Brings up Rod Cruz, 0 for 2 on the day. And he'll draw a 1-out walk. Brings up Versailles, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. And a fly out to right for the 2nd out. So we have to Kilbrew, who got the scoring started off by drawing a leadoff walk last inning. And he'll draw another walk. So runners on first and second with 2 down for Reese, who hit a 2-run home run his last time up. And he avoids the strikeout, and he is going to double. So he doubles into the corner. Carew comes around. Killebrew is going to be sent home. And the Twins take a 4-3 lead. So Hunter had been cruising through 4. Has given up 4 runs and 3 hits in the last inning and 2/3 to give the Twins a 4-3 lead. So Ron Clark up now 0 for 2 with a strikeout. So Rich Reese has all 4 of the Twins RBIs today. And Clark will fly out to center to retire the side. But the Twins put up 2 more and take the lead. 4-3 going into the 7th inning. Normally I would probably take out the batter, but since Hunter is such a good... Let's check the box score here. Yeah, he's still fairly fresh, so he can still do at least another inning. So we are going to have him hit for himself. And he rewards us with a single. Alright, so Campaneris is going to come up now, and it looks like he's going to square around the bunt, try to get Hunter over to second. And it'll be a successful bunt. So he gets Hunter over to second. And Chance is going to try to pick him off. And he's going to be successful. So they get the sacrifice bunt down. But then Hunter is picked off by Chance. So a big pick off there. That could really prove costly. So Reggie Jackson up now with 2 down and the base is empty. And he'll draw a walk. Ray Webster 1 for 3. He's likely to be his last batter. And No, he gets a 20, so he avoids it. It's an 85% chance to either get a wild pitch or a pass ball, and he avoided it. So he grounds out to second, over to first, and that'll do it. So Kansas City does not score, and the score remains Minnesota 4 and Kansas City 3. So Jim Hunter back out there for another inning. He was hoping that they at least come back to a tie score or a lead, but Kansas City was unable to score. So Hunter will face Eulander Zimmerman in the pitcher spot. Most likely that was probably Chance's last inning. Oh, it's a 5-3. So we have a 30% chance for a home run, and 1 through 6 on the blue die will be a home run. Otherwise, it'll be something else. And he avoids that, so it's not going to be a home run. And it'll be a fly out to deep center. So 1 down in the bottom of the 7th. Zimmerman up now, 1 for 2. We ground out to second for the second out. So Chance will be lift. Let's check Chances. Yeah, Chance is 0-0 on his rate, so he is done. He is out of gas. And I'm just going to check quickly the box score. See what kind of pinch hitters we use. Twins did not use any pinch hitters in the actual game, as they dominated by a score of 8-0 over the Kansas City Athletics in the actual game. So we're going to go with what the computer chooses, most likely. So the computer picked Russ Nixon. And he is a lefty catcher with 170 at-bats, 235 hitter. Yeah, we're going to go with him. We have another catcher just in case, too, in case you were wondering. Earl Batty is the other catcher. So Russ Nixon comes on the pinch hit. 214 hitter with an RBI in the regular season. In the replay, in 28 at-bats. 235 hitter with a homer and 22 runs batted in the actual season. So he'll face Hunter with 2 outs and nobody on. Bottom of the 7th. It's going to be a range play at the stadium, at Metropolitan Stadium. And he's going to reward his manager with a single. And it looks like it's going to be an extra base, possibly. Gosker fields it. And nope, no advance by the batter, so just going to be a regular single as Gosker gets it back in quickly. So 2 outs and a runner on first for Tony Oliva. Just 0 for 3 with a strikeout today. And you ground out the third to end the inning. So let's see here. I'm going to bring somebody who has save capabilities here. So I think we're going to bring in Al Worthington, the closer. Yeah. Chance pitched the complete game 1 hitter. Wow. Chance pitched a complete game 1 hitter in the actual game. Not quite as good today, but not a bad game either. Wow. He's pitched a complete game 1 hitter with 6 walks and 8 strikeouts. To go to 5-1 with an ERA of 2.56. So we're going to remove him. Let's see. So we're going to bring in Worthington with a save opportunity on the line. So Al Worthington comes in to close it. Try to close it. He's got 2 innings to pitch, though. You have to get 6 outs. And the slimmest of margins, just a 1-run lead. So he's actually, I'm just going to show you all his stats here. He's pitched well so far. 16 1/3 innings pitched. No record one save, but an ERA of just 1.66. Only 8 hits allowed in 16 innings, 6 walks, so a whip of less than 1, with 22 strikeouts. So he's been pretty dominant so far. So Danny Cater will lead it off. 2 for 3 on the day with a run scored. And he does not draw the walk. Instead, he lines out to short for the first out. Jim Gosker up now 1 for 3 with an RBI. And he will strike out. So 2 quick outs by Worthington. Brings up Dick Green 1 for 2 with an RBI. And a fly out to left, and that'll do it for the Kansas City as they go in order in the 8th. So we head to the bottom of the 8th with the score Twins 4 and the A's 3. Hunter, I'm going to leave Hunter out there again. Why not? And Carew will fly out to left. Versailles up now 0 for 3 with a strikeout. And he'll strike out. 6 Ks on the day now for Hunter. And Karen Killebrew, most likely his last. He's walked him twice today. And both times he's walked, he's come around the score. Not this time he strikes him out. So I think he struck. I just struck it out. So he gets his 7th strikeout of the day. And we head to the top of the 9th. So Worthington back out there looking to close it out. He'll face Bando Roof in the pitcher's spot. Bando's 1 for 3 with an RBI. And he does not strike him out. Instead, it's going to be a triple. So Bando triples to left field, and the tying run is just 90 feet away now. So just like that, the A's have a runner just 90 feet away. So the infield is going to play in now, definitely. It'll be Phil Roof, the catcher. I think he's going to be lifted for a pinch hitter. Yeah. Hirschberger and Kubiak are actually used as pinch hitters, so let's see. Oops. So Hirschberger, 254 with a homer and 15 runs batted. He's a righty. Kubiak, 157 hitter. So we're going to go with Hirschberger definitely. So Hirschberger comes in to hit for Roof. And we have Tim Talton and Dave Duncan who could come in as catchers. So Hirschberger comes in. Hirschberger's hitting 279 with 6 runs batted in. Hit 254 with a homer and 48 runs batted in the actual season. So we're going to play the infield in. So Worthington looks in for the sign from Zimmerman. Looks back to runner Bando. Here's the windup in the pitch. And he's going to strike him out. He only had a 25% chance to strike him out, and he did. So Hirschberger cannot get the job done. The question is, do we leave Hunter on the mound? Who is the other? Yeah, and actually the other pinch hitter that they used, I mean, I could go to somebody else, but Kubiak is only like a 157 hitter. So I'm going to keep Hunter in the game here. Hunter is 1 for 3 with a strikeout, but hitting 222. But did hit 196 with, so he's just as good as almost any anybody out there. So plus, if he doesn't do it, we still have another chance. So I'm going to go with Hunter. See if he can help his own cause here. So Worthington looks in for the sign. Zimmerman gives it to him. Here's the windup in the pitch by Worthington. And he'll strike out. So Campaneris up now. He's last chance here. Campaneris is 0 for 3 on the day. 248 hitter, so I think we are going to pinch hit for him. I know. Probably should have pinch hit for Hunter, but I don't know. I felt something there, so sometimes you got to go with it. So let's just see what the bench looks like for John Donaldson is a 276 hitter. Yeah, I think we're going to bring in Donaldson. He can also play short too, so I'm going to bring in Donaldson to pinch hit. So Donaldson comes in to pinch hit for Campaneris. Donaldson has only had 4 at-bats with an RBI. Hitless in 4 at-bats. But a 276 hitter with 28 runs batted in. So let's see what he can do here. Five, 4. Oh, and it's going to be a home run check. Oh, man. But thank goodness Worthington does. Thank goodness he's not a righty, or else the check would have fallen in the righty range. However, Donaldson is not a home run hitter, so it wouldn't have mattered. Let's see what happens here. The game is on the line here. 2-1, and it's going to be a fly out to center. And that will do it as the Minnesota Twins hold on and beat the Kansas City A's 4-3. So, all right, so let's take a look at the post-game report. So Minnesota improves to 12-11. They would actually win this game, but their record would be 11-12 after this, so 2-game swing there. And Kansas City falls to 8-16. They would be 10-14 in the regular season, so Minnesota would win this game, so they prevail as they did in the actual. So that was an 8-0 game. This game was much closer. And let's take a look at the stats. So we'll move this over here. And I'll take a look at the box score. So, all right. So, Dean Chance gets the win, improves to 5-2. He would be 5-1 in the actual season, so pretty close. 7 innings pitched, 8 hits allowed, 3 runs, all of them earned. 1 walk and 6 strikeouts. Like we said before, he pitched a 1-hitter, complete game 1-hitter in the actual game. So L. Worthington in this one gets the save, his second of the season. 2 innings of 1-hit scoreless ball with 3 strikeouts. And Jim Catfish Hunter gets the loss, falls to 1-4. He would be 3-3 in the actual season. And again, his ERA was worse in this one. It's a 3.20 ERA. And actually, actually it's not worse. It's actually worse in the actual season, 3.51, but with a record of 3-3. So he's got less run support in the replay so far. But pitched a complete game. Let's see, hitting stars for the Twins, definitely Rich Reese, 2 for 3 with 4 runs batted in. Knocked in all 4 runs. A 2-run homer and then a 2-run double. So he's definitely the hitting star of the day. Not much else going on. Killebrew walked a couple times and scored twice. So walks proved costly in this game. 2 out of the 3 walks by, at least 2 out of the 3 walks came around the score. And let's see if the other walk did. Yeah, I think the other one might have too, because Rod Crew was 0 for 3 with a walk, and he came around the score. So all 3 walks that Hunter issued came around the score, so they definitely proved costly. Let's see, for the A's, Danny Cater was 2 for 4 with a run scored. Jim Gosker was 1 for 4 with a RBI and a run scored. Same with Dick Green, 1 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored. And Sal Bando was 2 for 4. Jim Catfish Hunter was 1 for 4. Unfortunately, he could not get that hit when it mattered the most. And again, we could have pinch hit for him, but I figured he was a 200 hitter, so he wasn't that much far off from anybody, and he had the power to go deep, so that could have made it very interesting if he would have if he would have hit the game-winning 2-run homer. That would have been a first, at least for me anyway. So all right, so that is going to be it for today, and this is a game from May 11th of 1967, 50th anniversary replay. So we will see you in the next Inside Pitch game from 1967 when we play a game from May 12th. So take care and God bless, and happy Sunday. Bye-bye.